Hey marketing leader, today is a tricky topic. It's about measuring value or measuring success of your website. It's tricky, it's difficult, it's complex. Some people don't bother, which I think is a mistake. But you really have to know if the money that you're spending on the website is coming back to you in either shape or form. It all starts with setting the goal for yourself or for the website, in fact. So what challenge does the website need to solve for you to deem it successful, for you to consider the website, the entire venture investment, let's say, successful and helpful and actually getting you closer to the end game? That's the topic for the video today. We'll go through all those types of yardsticks that we can use to measure the success of the website. And then at the end, you can tell me what you think. How do you measure the success of your website? Let's dive in. Just to quickly recap before we explore the topic a bit further, we can measure website success with pure sales, inbound leads, of course, well, website engagement, probably. Customer satisfaction is a really good one. Speaking of satisfaction, there's also stakeholder satisfaction to keep in mind. Tech performance, saved or accumulated resources, and finally, team morale. How about that? First one is pure sales. It's all about money. Anyway, whether you are in e-commerce, B2B, B2C, or whatever kind of business, it all comes down to money. And it just makes sense to take a look at sales. However, you as a marketer, your responsibility is to keep the pipeline full, but then you hand over that responsibility to your sales department. So it's a bit out of control, but it doesn't make the yardstick any smaller, any less important. It's still great to use sales as an indicator whether your website works or not, because there are many things that happen on the way to a closed deal that you can measure and see how website influences that engagement, that funnel, and if it increases or decreases the chances of a lead buying or not. Pure sales is great. It probably needs a bit more collaboration between you, your marketing department, and sales team. But needless to say, marketing websites do keep sales pipeline full if they're obviously great, if they perform well, and if they underachieve, then maybe there's something to look into it. Next on the list, we have leads. And this is, well, probably that most of you want. To be honest, every sales call that I have is to generate more leads. This is like the basic craving of any marketer, really. And so it's mine. I do want to generate leads from NerdCow's website, and I want to help you, marketing leader, to generate leads for you, and hence me in this video. Anyway, leads, this is great. Leads are, of course, great example. With leads though, I would take a look at traffic sources. For example, we can say that leads have increased by 20% since we launched a new website. That's great. But where do those leads come from really? Where did they learn about your brand, and what was the incentive for them to convert? You see, you can have PPC campaigns under control. You can have some kind of marketing collateral going, newsletter, maybe some kind of advertisement or crazy stuff you guys do. Anyway, great job, by the way. But what if someone has learned about your business from cold outreach, or they met you at conference, something like that, which is on the edge of marketing department's responsibility, I would say. And they visit your website and they just convert because they've learned, they want to just know more, and that's it. And website may have not played as a great role in that bigger picture, I'd say. When you measure leads and the high quality inbound leads on your website and how it handles them, whether it converts them or makes them leave your website, either way, take a look where they come from, because it might be that the website didn't do anything. It just happened that it was online. Someone went directly to the link because they learned about it from somewhere else, and they just clicked book a demo or just check out, like whatever. I mean, still great. It means that your form works or your checkout works. But when we talk about successful website, we expect a bit more from that website. So there's that. Engagement is a really interesting one, and it has many angles that you can look at it. I mean, engagement is as little as a click. Engagement can be a scroll, a page retention time, bounce rate can indicate that some kind of engagement issue. Whatever you choose, I would say stick to it. First of all, just use one or two of those metrics, but also take it with a pinch of salt, especially if you have a low traffic website. Engagement is very close to conversion, but it's more on the micro level. Conversion is a given. Someone booked a demo, someone scheduled a call, someone downloaded the PDF that you wanted them to download. Engagement is everything between the start of the session and the successful conversion, I would say at least. So with low traffic website especially, you will want those engagements tracked because you don't get many conversions. So therefore you don't get much feedback, what works and what doesn't. And engagement, those micro conversions, let's call them, can really give you an interesting insight as to how to tweak user journey, button labels, and placement of things around the website. Anyway, to fuel those conversions in the end. And as for high traffic website, this is just a clear example of min-maxing. So you have the traffic, you probably have some conversions going because you've been doing a great job as a marketer, tweaking that website for the customers. But those engagement can still help to tweak this a little further and maybe uncover those gaps that you weren't aware of. Or maybe you're testing a new source of traffic, maybe you're testing a new landing page that you don't have much data on, and those engagements can be those tiny small gems of wisdom. Let's call it feedback to be more practical. Those little chunks of feedback called engagements can really help you navigate the user a bit better. It's almost like if the user was guiding your hand how they want the website to look or to behave, or what they expected but didn't see it, or all sorts of things. I love engagements, love tracking clicks, events, those little things, and I think you should do it definitely and use it as the yardstick for success of the website. Speaking of engagement, of conversion, of feedback, all of that, you can also measure success of the website using customer feedback. What they think. Are they happy? Are they frustrated? Do they U-turn a lot? Do they rage click a lot? Just general satisfaction with how you come across as a brand through your website. Does that make sense? You want to keep your website visitors, we can call them prospects, or depending where they are in the sales funnel, you want to keep them happy anyway. Just delight them. Provide that delightful experience through the website without any hiccups, without any wedges between you and them. Create that bond and make them happy. And I think you can measure that. You can obviously send some net promoter score feedback surveys. You can do your CSATs, or just pop up with a smiley face. Are you happy or not? Simple as that, just to indicate whether you're going in the right direction or not. You can also do, this is great, you can also do some kind of very simple closed cart sorting to figure out if the structure of the website is the way people like or prefer, or if it's not confusing. You know, it all comes down to common design principles, or even common sense. If you don't know what design principles are, that's okay. Just walk their shoes, see the world through their eyes, and perhaps you'll find some rooms for improvement. Stakeholder satisfaction, being another point on our list, is a very tricky one, and I would handle it with care. It's great, but it can lead you to bad decisions and so-called design by committee, which is something we're heavily against here at NerdCow. So stakeholder satisfaction, you're not running business alone. I appreciate that. You have many inputs from many people, and you want to keep them happy. You want to come across as a good guy, as a team player. Fair enough. You all want the best for the company. It's okay, but you have different methods, different preferences, and sometimes bias creeps in heavily. With stakeholder satisfaction, I would say if you want to measure success of the website through stakeholder satisfaction, you have to keep them involved. You have to make website building process collaborative. So it doesn't start when the website is live. That's not where you get their satisfaction surveys out, or when you ask them for what they think, for their thoughts. It starts way before. So if you already have a website that no one has been involved in building, or perhaps just you and a couple of people on your team, no commercial chief officer, no CEO itself, or no CTO. If they haven't been involved in the existing website, just don't bother, skip that. If you're thinking of building a new one, you should make stakeholder satisfaction as one of the measuring tools for the website success. That's how I think. Now, my beloved tech heads, I think, I'll borrow petrol head and just call you a tech head. If you're a CTO, then this is what you care about, most likely. And if you're a marketing leader, you also should care about tech performance. Needless to say, tech performance affects the effectiveness of your marketing campaigns. It affects your search engine optimization. It affects customer experience. It really has that kind of ripple effect that spans across your organization, so you can't ignore it. Tech performance is fairly easy to measure. You simply use a tool like GTmetrix or PageSpeed Insight just to generate that kind of quality data with numbers on it, like percentage page load time in seconds, or the size of the load, and that will probably include all of your images, fonts, all sorts of assets, etc. And then you can compare how this existing website, or at least you can easily create that before and after scenario, whether that's existing website they're replacing or improving, doesn't matter. It's quite easy to compare before to after because you have those numbers in front of you. So tech performance, don't ignore it, because it's very simple to track, very simple to measure, and also in most cases quite easy to fix. Saved resources, which is one of the points that I think many people overlook. Well, many marketers overlook, because it depends who you are in the company, what are your responsibilities, and frankly, it does require extra diligence on your team's part to be able to measure website success in that way. So saved resources effectively means time savings. That's all there is to it. Probably money savings too, where there's time, there's money, and the other way around. I get it, that's fine. But if your team meticulously tracks time, how long it takes them to edit pages or create new landing pages or communicate something, or perhaps how long does it take to onboard a new hire? If you get a new marketing assistant and you want them to edit the website, do they struggle? How long does it take them to get it? These are the resources that I'm talking about. You can shave time off of that by building a new website and comparing how easy it is to launch a marketing campaign. Maybe time to delivery gets much shorter with a new website. You can track all those variables fairly easily, granted that your team has been recording something, some kind of data prior to replacing the website with a new one. And finally, this one is crazy difficult to measure, but I think it's interesting nonetheless. Team morale, okay? If there's less frustration in a team, maybe less notices of employment, terminations of employment, or maybe more people come with initiatives for fun. Maybe they bring extra cup of coffee to the office every other day. I don't know. Team morale. I think if you're a leader, you care. Clearly, you can't be a leader if you don't care about your team's morale. But website being their main tool for the job, it can really affect their day. And not many people think about it that way. If website is how you express your work, if website results are what effectively creates the outcome of your work, of your invested time as a marketing assistant, or even as yourself, if you do edit campaigns yourself, then you will know this is important. So have a think how you can measure that, and let me know what you come up with, because this is tricky but interesting. And that's it from me. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. These were, I think, 8 ways you can measure website success. Some of them are more abstract than the other. But anyway, it was great to go through that list, and I hope you enjoyed it. And I will see you around. Please do make sure you check out other videos. We upload daily. There's plenty of footage to go through and to learn from. Thanks so much. See you in the comments. Bye-bye.